Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, let's get into it. Share the live real quick. Let brothers and sisters coming up in here. Get some understanding, man. I'm gonna address some stuff that's going on. And hopefully, this will help brothers and sisters with everything, right? Because these problems start in your house, right? Which is your temple, okay? So let brothers and sisters get up in here. Hey, Shalawam to the Ahtham that's coming in here. Shalawam, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. Okay. And we begin the lesson in about a minute. Get some Palo Santo burning. Let that go. Alright. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashi. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashi. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashi. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashi. 4 times for mercy. Alright. So, hey, let's get into it, man. Facing the east towards Jerusalem. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors be to the elders and apostles and bishops of the great millstone, also known as GMS, that rule well and teach well and sincerity taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yerami Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. All right, and this lesson will be entitled order, out of order, or just basically out of order. All right. So what comes to mind is Korah, right? For these guys that want to sit in the seat of Moses. But matter of fact, first of all, since I said that, it's a perfect precept that comes to mind. Matthew 23rd chapter, all right, verse 1. Then spake Yahawashi to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Now, in the world, what would that be? You don't practice what you preach. You tell people to do this and keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, but you're not doing it. Okay? This is how you have your pork chop eating pastor. Why do you think he got the name pork chop pastor? All these pastors across the nation of, America. Exactly. Being a hypocrite. Exactly. Perfect. So pork chop pastor is because he's a hypocrite. It's an insult to be called a pork chop pastor, because we know according to the scriptures, you don't supposed to be touching pork chop. Correct? So to be called a pork chop pastor is smut on your name. Okay? So let's read that verse 3 one more time. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So you should have, to brothers and sisters with ears to hear and eyes to see, you should have enough discernment to not do wicked works that these men do. Okay? Now, this could be referring to any wicked congregation that's out of order. For those in Sakari, hopefully you know not to get pegged. All right? For those in ISUPK, hopefully you know not to mess with little boys. Okay? Like your general. For those in IUIC, hopefully you have enough sense not to have sex on the Sabbath. Okay? Hopefully you have enough sense that the MOTB is the C-hip. Hopefully, this is what Yahawashi was telling them, man. You see these Pharisees, they're not practicing what they preach. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm just saying. These guys, man, because, hey, we believe that it's true brothers in these other camps. You know, so hopefully they have enough discernment and common sense not to do these wicked acts of their leaders. All right? So once again, all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So if they are hypocrites, you should not be a hypocrite. And it should snap in your mind eventually that these are not men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. These men preach a certain doctrine, but they don't even keep it. The scripture says not to do pleasures on the Shabbat, but these men preach pleasures on the Shabbat, right? Verse 4, for they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. Oh, they make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogue. All right. And Salakia, my doorbell just rung. I believe it's my mama and my daughter. I'll be right back. Salakia. Oh, okay. You got diapers? All right, I'm back. Salakia. Okay. Now, I want to key in on verse 5. But all their works, they do it for, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments. What is that, man? That's them purple and gold ranges that we see. That's that's with the ISUPK. That's all those medals and chains and things that they be wearing. You want everybody to see you. Okay? You want everybody to see you, and you want to be shiny out here like a Power Ranger. That's not what this is about, brother. It's not about the garments, man. Okay? It's not about your menorahs. It's not about all of that, bro. It's actually about the doctrine, bro. It's actually about the message. Okay? We can come in sackcloth and still preach the message. So it's not about your phylacteries. That's why they do it for men. Once again, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. This is what I be trying to emphasize to you younger brothers. It ain't about what you look like. It's about, is your doctrine correct? And are you pushing the correct doctrine? Okay? Yeah, they only want to be seen glamorous. And that's showing you that they want fame. They want glitz. They want money. They want power. They want filthy lucre's sake. That's what they're doing it for. Filthy lucre's sake. It's the same spirits of those Pharisees. These are the same men. They came in the same spirit, the same lot. All right? Verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues. You want those titles. You want to be called a general. You want to be called, what does Alizé call itself? High priest or some shit like that? Okay? You want to be called these things because you want men to reverence you and not Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. I don't give a damn about no titles, bro. Right? I just want to push this word, put out videos, feed the sheep. Okay? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. All right? At the end of the day, I don't care about no titles. We don't care about no titles over here. Okay? So these men love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues because they want to be over somebody. He called himself chief priest, Alazar. That's what he calls himself. All right? You didn't even earn that position. Men that have earned that position, they deserve it. But these men that haven't, you don't deserve it, bro. You don't. And how do you could be 30 years, 40 years in this truth, But if you're not a sincere brother, if you're not real and true, then you really ain't deserve it, bro. Okay? You could be wicked for 30 years. Wicked for 40 years. You think we supposed to give you that title? No, you've been wicked your whole time. All right? That's why it goes back, and I'm going to get that for you, Ak. That's why it's going back to verse 3. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Okay? So this is when it comes down to men not worshiping flesh, not worshiping men. And we're going to get that curse be the man. This is Psalms 84:10 from the brother Abaniah. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my power than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. Exactly. So regardless, 144,000 or 1/3, I don't care. I'm just trying to make it in. I'm just trying to get in that door. All right? I'm just trying to get in that chamber. I'm trying to get in them chariots, man. Okay? At the end of the day. All right? Now, let's get Jeremiah. I believe it to be Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith Yahawah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So, if you start believing in a manly doctrine over what the actual scriptures say, then you're going off. All right? Everything that the elders and apostles of Great Millstone teach us is straight from the scriptures, bro. They're not making nothing up. You can go back and verify it with the scriptures. Okay? They're not teaching us that you have to have one wife. That's not in the scriptures. Okay? They're coming directly from the scriptures. So when somebody from IUIC tells you one wife and that's it, show me that in the scriptures. Or you're misinterpreting the scripture where it says a bishop can only have one wife. You're not understanding what it truly means. And brothers have broke it down. We have broke it down many of times, man. Okay? So we don't go after what these men think in their minds. Because you are making it up. You are Proverbs 3:5 going off your own mind. You're not coming from the scriptures. So once again, I'm going to read this one more time. Thus saith Yahawah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart, your mind, departeth from Yahawah. Because you're putting your power in a man. Most brothers in IUIC, they put their power in Bishop Nathaniel. They put their power in those men over there that they listen to. They don't put their power in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. They're not coming directly from the scriptures. And we can see it in their actions. Okay? I got you, Ak. I'm going to get all your brothers' scriptures. Acts 17:11 from the brother Kakuma. They were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. Hey, what do we say? Trust but verify. Trust but verify. You as a brother, as a man, because that's what you are. When you come into this truth, you're becoming a man truly. It doesn't matter what age you are, 30, 40, 50. You coming into this truth, then you are finally becoming a man. Okay? Trust but verify. Learn it for yourself. Do not be a yes man. Let's get that real quick. You do not want to be that. Okay? What is being a yes man? Right here. A person, especially a man, who agrees with everything that someone says. A person who supports the opinions or ideas of someone else in order to earn that person's approval. Corporate yes men. Simping, as the brother Abaniah said. You're just going along because you want to fit in. Right? That's not the correct way. Now let's get Ezekiel 18:24-28. The brother had posted. All right. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live, All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. Yahawah is basically saying, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Yeah, you used to preach the word. Yeah, you used to hit the streets. But you stopped. You went on vacation. You started doing wickedness. You think that all that you done is, basically covered you. So now you can go do sins. That's what these guys was doing back in the day. They was going to get sheep and goats, and they were committing sins, and they were going to sacrifice the sheep and the goats because they know they committed sins. So they did sins to go and sacrifice sheep and goats. You would have a goat and a sheep waiting on you. And that's not right, man. Okay? Keeping it going. All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned, in his trespass that he hath trespassed. And in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die. Yet ye say, the way of Yahawah is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die. Again, when the wicked man turneth away from his wickedness that he hath committed, and doeth that which is lawful and right, he shall save his soul alive. We all are witnesses of that. Turning from our wickedness and saving our souls. Coming into righteousness. Doing right. Leaving the ways of the world. All right? Humbling ourselves. Being meek. Lowering down. And coming to serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? So therefore, we have that mercy. And that's a beautiful thing. The wadi Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? Verse 28. Because he considereth and turneth away from all his transgressions that he hath committed, he shall surely live, he shall not die. Okay, and a precept came to mind with that. And I think it's in Matthew, it might be in John. Matter of fact, Luke 8. And let's start at Luke 8 and 4 real quick, and then I get the brother Yasharahla's precepts. And when much people were gathered together and were come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And others fell on good ground and sprang up and bare fruit 100-fold. And when he had said those things, he cried, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Now this last one is talking about the elect, the remnant. Okay? This is talking about the ones that fell among thorns. You might have been with this truth for a while. All right? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Okay? But you eventually may use this as to your advantage to get money, to make a merchandise of the Father's house, etc., etc. That's what happened to Alizé. That's what happened to Sakari. That's what's happened in the IUIC, ISUPK. All right? For men that take this truth and try to sell the word. Okay? Try to manipulate the word and try to get paid off the word. All right? Just get a job, bro. Just get a job. Just go to work. Make an honest living. Okay? This truth is not your income. If Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is truly with you, he's going to provide. You have to work. You have to go and work. All right? So those ones that fell amongst thorns, you let the world pull you back in. You left this truth. So you was a righteous man for a time, but you went back into wickedness. Therefore, you didn't do what you were supposed to do at the end of the day, man. All right? Brother want Galatians 1 and 10. Okay. So to brothers that are facing things like that, the world pulling at you, tugging at you, fast and pray, man. All right? Stick to it. It's going to pay off. Yeah, we know it gets hard. Yeah, we know you might not be able to get women and things of that nature, whatever, be coming at you. All right? The world doesn't like you anymore. Family don't like you anymore. All right? Whatever it may be, that's what come with it. but your reward is on the other side. Galatians 1 and 10. For do I now persuade men or power, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach. A precept came to mind, man. Okay, Jeremiah 2 and 23. Slakia, Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmeth thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. This is what I told certain brothers, man. Stop trying to do things that appeal to the world. Okay? When you do stuff, don't try to be gimmicky, bro. We ain't here to be gimmicky. We ain't here to appeal to the world. We ain't here for all them damn nice presentations. You see IUIC, they got their little nice presentation when they come up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go find one real quick. All right, bear with me. Because they got that automatic thing when it comes up. I'm going to just play one. All right, we are not a hate group, etc., etc. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, how long? We need you to cover. How long this mess play? Your obligations, you got me. Oh, music, boom. Automatic. I didn't even know that was going to happen. We don't need no damn music, okay? In our lessons, all right? If you do music, man, do that shit on the side. You don't need to put no music in your lessons like that, okay? Look at this. What is this about, bro? That's gimmicky. That's wicked, bro. You just really bringing a nigga vibration to the truth. We don't have to do that, man. Okay? We do not have to do that. Bro, just hit the button and preach. Just hit the button and preach. Okay? Yeah, hey, if you got a little, sometimes my elder Mwatazah out here, he'll have a little showcase. Let's go to gms.org real quick. gms.info. Because he'll have this plan. And this is straight. This is what we should do. Because this is showing the truth. But these other camps, they be going extra. All right, let me bring this up real quick. And then I'm going to get y'all brothers' precepts. All right, this right here. This is fine, man. You showing what's about to happen. Okay, you're relaying what's about to happen. You're showing people what's about to happen. The elder up there in New York, Manata Zabak, right? He always has a lot of these good showcases that be showing things that are about to take place. Right? You see, it ain't no music. It ain't none of that. It's not trying to be catchy and gimmicky or none of that. It's just showing you what's about to take place. Nukes, hitting. It's not gimmicky. That in the beginning of your video, that's straight. Versus, let's go back to this. You see the difference? The difference? It's a vibe. It's a NIGGA vibe versus a spiritual vibe. Okay? These guys are not right, man. All right? They're bringing worldly ways into this truth. All right? Now, let's get 1 Thessalonians 2 and 4 from the brother Yasharahla. And then I'm going to scroll down and see what y'all brothers are saying. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 4. But as we were allowed of power to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but power which trieth our hearts. All that damn hip-hop in your videos, the catchy, the gimmicks, that's to please men. That's not really of the word. You want men to catch on and grab hold to the word. the message, the spirit, not to grab hold onto however your rapping is. That's not it, bro. That is never it, man, because they're not really here. And that's those seeds that are sown unto thorns, because they caught on to your music. They caught on to those type of things that you brought. You selling backpacks, the whatever, man, the shiny garments, the phylacteries, as we read earlier. So that's how you caught them. Yahawah didn't pull them. You pulled them with worldly ways. Okay? And count 4 through 6, I got you out. Verse 5. For neither at any time use we flattering words. As ye know, not a cloak of covetousness, power is witness. Nor of men sought we glory, neither of you, nor yet of others, when we might have been burdensome, as the apostles of Hamashiach. So we're not coming to flatter you. We're not coming to, well, sister, just listen, sister. Sister, if you listen, sister, we'll help you out. No, it ain't none of that. We don't got to give you nothing. We're giving you the truth. That's enough. All right? We're not promising to pay your bills. We're not promising to pay your rent. We're not doing none of that, man. All right? Now, yeah, the brotherhood will help one another out from time to time. But hey, if it's a consistent problem, then hey, bro, we got to help you get a job. Right? At the end of the day, brothers preach this all the time, man. You should not be freeloading off a brother. You should not be relying on a brother to pay your power bill. That is not what this truth is about, bro. And if you are doing that, then that's incorrect. All right? So at the end of the day, man, we are not here to flatter you. All right? Let's keep it going. And Shalawam, the brothers coming up in here. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. All right? So, out of order. What we just displaying, these guys is out of order. They're incorrect. Now, I want to go back to Korah, because I didn't even get it yet. That was on my mind, but we just been going through the spirit. Okay? So, let's go to Korah. And what's that? Numbers 16. Yep. And let's start. I don't want to get all this, but we can start around. I'm going to start around 15. And Moses was very wroth and said unto Yahawah, respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before Yahawah, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before Yahawah every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also, and Aaron each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of Yahawah appeared unto all the congregation. And Yahawah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. This is what's going to happen, believe it or not, to Israelites that are out of order. Because the order that Yahawah set up was Moses and Aaron. He raised up Moses to lead those men. If he wanted you to lead, Korah, then he would have allowed you to lead. He would have raised you up to lead, bro. Okay? And Khan, I'll get that for you. If he wanted you to lead, he would have raised you up to lead. If you were supposed to be an elder, he would have had you born earlier. You think that's not in the Father's power? He couldn't have sent your soul back earlier? All right? Whatever position you are in, you was meant to be in that position. Stop trying to leapfrog over the elders to be a leader in Israel. We saw what happened to Alizé. We see what happened to these men. Look at the camp. Look at Genesis. Look at that camp. We see what happened to these guys. Your breakdowns are corrupt. They're terrible. They're trash. and you have no proper understanding because you tried to leapfrog over the elders that were raised up before you. Just how Korah was trying to do that. All right? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi raised up Moses. He was supposed to lead us, not Korah. Okay? Let's keep it going. Verse 19. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them. And this is how we know the wicked, they have a congregation with them. Okay? And we know certain brothers on this app, right? That are in this like manner, that are in this type of lot. And they have a congregation with them, a following with them. All right? Let them be. Hey, Shalawam to the brother Nakaf, if the brother Nakaf is in here. All right, Shalawam, he just put up a lesson. And hey, I ain't gonna lie, it brought it brought joy to my heart, because this is what we said of one of their women who they raise up and allow to come up in the panel and talk to men any type of way. Well, now they're going back and forth with that sister. That sister is going back and forth against them because you allowed this woman to sit and allow her a position. And that's out of order. You think out of orderness is going to stand? Like you're going to change. You're not going to reinvent the wheel, man. So that female who, hey, whatever. I don't care. That female though, right? Now she's bickering with them. And we told they ass. As the brother Nakaf said in the lesson, we told them. But you don't believe in us. You don't trust us. You don't think we know anything. You hate Great Millstone and affiliates. You hate the brothers that teach the correct doctrine. Well, guess what? We ain't got no women over here bucking up and going at us. No. We done went through our trials and tribulations with wicked women. Trust and believe that. Okay? We learn from those mistakes. When we rebuke and when we correct, it's because we learn from these positions. We learn from these situations and scenarios. So we're trying to help you brothers that we see coming up. But you take it as hate. And it's not hate, brother. It's not hate. If it was hate, I wouldn't tell you shit. Why do I want my enemy to know any type of advantage? To help himself? No, you're not my enemy. You're a fellow Israelite. And we tell you and rebuke you and correct you so that you can get better. Because we've been in that position that you men are in over there. All right? And if any of you guys are watching from the outside, then you know I'm talking to y'all. And y'all know it's never been no hate. Because I used to sit with y'all brothers and listen to y'all. I used to sit in there and I used to never agree with y'all bringing women up in the panels. All right, Prince? And you know that. And lie and say that's not true. You know that. I was peaceful with y'all. All right? And I showed love. But then y'all started getting out of order, man. And y'all just kept breaking the doctrine, bro. And I couldn't stand with it. That's why I had to leave y'all alone. I wanted y'all brothers to make it. I wanted y'all brothers to get right. All right? Now keeping it going. Verse 20. And Yahawah spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation. That's what we have to do. We have to separate ourselves because you do not want to take the proper order and understanding. So I can't stand with you. When Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi judges, I don't want to be a part of that. Hand joining hand with the wicked. All right. I don't want to be punished with y'all. All right. What I was supposed to do was rebuke, correct, and get the blood off my hands. We did that. You don't want to turn from your sins? Then that's it. Okay? Verse 24. Speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Ahtham, and Abram. And Moses rose up and went unto Ahtham and Abram, and the elders of Israel followed him. Let's read elders. I'm sorry, guys. All right. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart. These orders have never changed. The order that was set up has never changed. You always had elders. You always had a leader. Right now, the leader is Elder Apostle Tahar. That's the leader. And the elders are those men that are with him. Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramrav, Elder Apostle Bakar. All right, Elder Yasharahla. All right, you have certain elders that are set up across the planet, really. All right, you got elders out there in the UK. You got brothers all over that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has raised up. So the same order that existed is still in existence. So who are you to say anything towards camps? Who are you to say, just forget the word camp. Who are you to say anything to the body of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi? That's who you are speaking towards when you are speaking to these men. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins. So let's get a precept. All right. Because I'm telling you, brothers, that still, hey, leave these men alone. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. All right, let's go there real quick. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. If they don't believe in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they don't believe in the correct doctrine, they don't believe in this truth, ultimately they are unbelievers. All right? Because if you don't believe in it all, you just believe in 88% of it, you're not a believer. Yeah, I believe that Yahawashi coming back, but I think we gonna leave on ships, on carnal ships, Don't you see that? Don't you see? We gonna get on like Titanic type boats and no, bro. You're not a believer because you don't believe in 100% of the doctrine. We preach what has been preached. We teach what has been taught. We're not reinventing the wheel. What we speak, our elders before us have spoke. So once again, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Salakia, dang, I gotta get my phone on charger. I gotta put my phone on charger. Oh man, 1 second. All right. Hey, the water Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, I did not even see it. All right. Okay, once again. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? We can't mix together. Grease, water. We cannot go together. It does not mix well. This is why we get in arguments. Okay? We cannot work with one another. It's no unity. And for you looking outside on the end, he preaching no unity. He preaching division. No, we ain't preaching that. All right? We preaching, what did Yahawashi do? He gathered men. He had over 70 men. Did he have all of Israel with him? No. It was many men that did not believe in him, but it was many that did believe in him. Okay? It's always been a sense of division. All right? At the end of the day, 1 Corinthians 1 and 10 from the brother Nakaf. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Right? I got this copper. Right? I got this copper, picture right here. Look at that. It's perfectly joined. Oh, it's hard to pull it up off. It's perfectly joined. You put it in there, it clamps. That's how we join together. Perfectly. Right? It's hard to pull up off. It clamps. Airtight. That's how we are. Doctrine with doctrine. 100%, man. Brothers is with each other. It ain't no, nah, man. It ain't none of that. Okay? And if we do ever have disputes, we work them out how we supposed to. Okay? Yeah, I'm getting back to numbers. I'm getting back. We're going to finish it up over there. And then we're going to finish it up. All right? So, back to Numbers 16 and 27. So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Ahtham, and Abram on every side, and Ahtham and Abram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Here, so when brothers go off, you are compromising the livelihood of your entire household, your entire family, your entire bloodline. All right? Everybody that's under your authority, your wife, your children, your sons, your daughters, whatever it may be, your dogs, your cats, I don't give a damn. All right? So your entire household, right? And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that Yahawah hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahawah hath not sent me. So, as your brother Yasharahla say, fuck around and find out. That's what we telling you. To fuck around and find out. If the nukes don't come and destroy you, brothers, then I guess we was liars. Okay, say that then. Stand on it. But if the nukes do come and destroy you, brothers, then hey, it is what it is. So fuck around and find out. Okay? Khan, exactly as the brother said. It's happening. It's happening. Judgment, man. We just saw that brother, and not to pick on the brother or nothing, but that brother Yahawah Maccabees, right, in the hospital bed. Okay? You don't believe in the doctrine? You don't have an understanding or whatever? You speaking up against the men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi? Look what happens to you. Okay? And I ain't picking on no man because the brother in the hospital bed or nothing. But hey, I got to be realistic about the situation. That's judgment. Okay? I can't sit around and cupcake. Yeah, the brother in the hospital. Hey, that's judgment. You speak up against the men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, judgment does follow. This is a very serious thing, man. Okay? Yeah, kind. He said F around and fry out. Kind. You saying that? Hey, Shalawam, man. You know, and hey, them brothers is gonna see, man. Okay? Verse 29. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahawah have not sent me. So if they get old and die, then Moses was a liar. Right? Verse 30. But if Yahawah make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, meaning their following, their congregation, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahawah. So forget us. We are nothing. We tell you that 100%. We tell you that a lot of times. We are nothing. But we do bring the word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So if you speak up against us, you are speaking up against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi at the end of the day. Okay? And we're not saying that to boast. We're not saying that to be proud or prideful or nothing. But we know that the spirit has been given to the elders that rule over us, who we are under, who we listen to, all right, who we appertain to. Because these men appertain to Korah, Ahtham, and Abram, right? So therefore, you are in that judgment with them. This is why you should not fellowship with the unrighteous, because you appertain to them. So what happens to them will happen to you, right? All right, verse 31. And it came to pass, as he have made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Exactly. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up. Salakia. Also, an example, and a deadly example at that. All right. So these brothers that don't want to get in order, regardless who they are, I'd have mentioned all the wicked camps. I ain't mentioned all of them. It's plenty more. But I mentioned the major ones. And you know these guys on the TikTok that don't want to get in order. All right. So they are going to be, once again, a deadly example. because nothing is new under the sun. So understand that. They are going to be a deadly example. Khan. And we're going to end the live with that Jude 1, 11 through 13 from the brother Yasharahla. And the water for all you brothers in y'all precepts. Okay. Jude 1, 11 through 13. Woe, meaning destruction, unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain. Hey, like their father, the devil, right? And ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Korah. Korah, that's Korah. These are spots in your feast of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear of strip club Passovers, right? Those type of Passovers, right? Not a solemn assembly. Videotaping your Passover for everybody to see. All right? What's up with that, man? Okay? Women at your Passover. What is up with that? That's wickedness. All right? Women speaking in your comment board. I mean, women speaking, freely in your comment board, just running their damn mouth. Women blocking brothers. Okay? Topeka. Okay? You getting in arguments with women. Aren't your women supposed to be in order? Aren't they learning under you? But you arguing with them? I ain't never seen no teacher argue with a student like that. What's up with that? Aren't you supposed to be teaching these women, but you arguing with them? What? Somebody, That's why I can't deal with the nigga woman, man. All right? At the end of the day. Verse 12. These are spots in your feast of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. Wandering stars, Israelites, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. All right? At the end of the day, man, that's these men. You really are you are running into damnation. You are condemning yourselves by rejecting the body of Yahawashi, of Yahawashi HaMashiach. You supposed to be in this body. You are an Israelite. You know the truth a little bit, but you reject the body. You reject the order. You say you keep the laws, commandments, and statutes. How? We can't tell. We cannot tell. Right? So for you Israelites, man, that fall in this lot of out of orderness, if you do not want to suffer the fate of Korah, you do not want to suffer the fate of Zechariah 14 and 12, nukes upon your head, torturing, all these type of things that are going to come upon you in Jacob's trouble. I'm telling you right now, repent and convert, truly change, truly reform your minds and your heart, truly come back to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Stop the BS. Stop calling brothers pictures, graven images. Okay? Stop bickering up and bucking at brothers who are only trying to help you and that preach the correct and proper word. Stop. Just stop it. Stop bringing all these women up in your panels and doing this BS. Don't you see how that ends? Aren't you feeling the effects of it now? Letting women run wild over there? Aren't you feeling the effects of it now? You don't see that happening in the Great Millstone and affiliates. You don't see no women teaching and preaching over here. Okay? We don't suffer the same type of problems that you suffer because we don't do that unwise shit that you do. All right? So, hey, with that being said, man, we're going to turn to the east. We already facing the east. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. Shalawam to the Lord told for elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves in sincerity, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability, truly seeking Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, Kwam Yasharahla, as always, a ball to this wicked kingdom, and may this bitch fall soon, man. Shalawam to you brothers. that provided so much substance to the lesson, precepts, inputs, everything, man. The water. All right, may Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi bless you, brothers, and may the blessing of the election be upon your households. Shalawam.